G'day and welcome to this week's video. My name is Ashley Rowan and I'm a financial advisor with Consortium Private Wealth. In today's video, we're going to be looking at investing into trends and in particular the big themes, the big ideas that will likely influence the economy both now and in the future. Within our office, we're often having conversations with clients regarding investment ideas and themes, and a lot of the times the clients will bring their own ideas to the table and to the discussions as well. And this could be speculative mining companies right through to cryptocurrency investing. So when we're often talking about where's the growth in any particular asset sector, we're often talking about the trends and the tailwinds in the markets at any point in time. So within clients' portfolios, back to basics, there is exposure into Australian shares, international shares, property, cash and fixed interest. Now this is always based on the client's risk profile. However, what Australian shares do we invest into? What international shares? And sometimes trends have a big impact on where we allocate funds and resources. So some current trends, some current themes at the minute, particularly in Australia, would be an ageing population. So if we think there's a lot of growth potential in that space over the coming years, we might look at companies who provide services such as assisted accommodation through to pharmaceuticals and even leisure. Another current theme is cloud computing, which has been pretty evident over the past 16 to 18 months through this COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people are still working from home, and we've been very reliant on software such as Microsoft, cloud computing. So if you do believe that this will continue on in the future, and even once we return to the office, like we're fortunate enough to be in a position within our business, we're still very much entwined with, say, Microsoft 365 and their subscription-based revenue method. Now, population growth, particularly into China, is another theme all in its own. Now, with this population growth, China's middle class is growing and becoming more wealthy, and with that wealth, they will most likely like to spend that money on luxury goods and travel when they can. So that's a definite trend, something to look forward to in the future. And as always, it is a current trend now and pushing forward as well would be global warming. So looking at companies in the renewable energy space may form part of a client's portfolio. Now, a future theme, as an example here today, would be no doubt battery electric vehicles. So we're looking at the Teslas of the world and other companies fighting for a bit of market share into that space at the moment. And this is on the back of the news that a lot of countries around the world are planning to phase out the sale of cars powered by fossil fuels in coming years. So if you'd like to play on that theme within your own portfolio, look for companies that may be mining companies in the lithium space. There might be companies producing the actual batteries themselves, or even the car manufacturing companies as well. How you put that in your portfolio, you've got the option to invest directly into the share market, which is the most common approach. However, that is usually a difficult approach as well. So obviously all the research it's got to be done from the investors' side themselves, or they seek professional help from a financial advisor or broker. If they're going it alone, the sort of downside is that investment research, also lacking diversification in some sense, where good diversification can happen over multiple stocks, and then there could be at least a dozen within a portfolio. So choosing the right companies to invest in can be quite difficult. When multiple companies you're allocating money into, obviously you're incurring a large range of brokerage fees, and in addition to that, there's a big responsibility from a paperwork and administration side of things as well. That's keeping track of, let's say, dividend statements or corporate action. So if we're going down the direct path, assistance may be required from a professional to help out in that respect. Another option you've got, and becoming a lot more popular these days, is what's called electronic traded funds, or ETFs for short. Historically they've been utilised to sort of track an index, and that could be, for example, the top 200 shares in Australia, and that could be an Australian share ETF. These days they're becoming a bit more fine-tuned and in some senses ideal for investing into trends, much like the topic of this video. So you could go there and find a cloud computing ETF, no worries, or a internet security ETF, or green energy ETF. So there's a huge range of products out there, and what we find is, as I mentioned, they're becoming a bit more tuned to investor needs and requirements at that point in time. So explore your options in the ETF space, and that will save a lot of the consequences for going down the direct share side of things, so the added responsibility for the investor themselves. Now, you may have access, definitely at a personal level, if you've got funds to invest in your own name, but have a look through superannuation if that's your preference. A lot of platforms now provide access to the share market. So a couple of opportunities there to look at. Definitely investing into trends makes up a part of our business here, so we're looking for the next next big themes, big ideas that will likely influence the economy, and it might be of interest to your own investing as well. Thanks for watching the video. I hope it was of value to you. Thanks for watching. See you.